poured us both a cup of tea and looked sorrowfully at me. "Come on, don't worry. Look on the bright side. There's an 8-foot-tall accountant in my bed who smells like a polecat, whom I've now woken up with twice, thus ruining any potential excuses, and you're telling me to look on the bright side? How about if you spill any tea on the towel, it won't matter, because you'll have a towel handy? OK then, it means you're not the type of girl who has one-night stands? Oh, God, what am I going to do? Is Linda around?" Linda was my dumpy flatmate. I only saw her about once a fortnight. Possibly she hid from me. "She scuttled past about 20 minutes ago. She looked pretty tired. We might have been a bit noisy last night. Wasn't Nicholas trying to pretend he could play the trumpet?" I grimaced. That wasn't a trumpet. Fran grimaced back at the memory. "Bloody Amanda," she said. I nodded vehemently. Whenever anything really bad happened, Amanda was always mixed up in it somewhere. Fran, Amanda and I were at school together in Woking, one of those dreary, endless London suburban towns, not city or country, just lots of people hanging around bus shelters, wondering if they were missing something. I'd met Fran when she ran past our house, aged 4, chasing my older brother with a cricket bat. Amanda lived next to us, and the three of us walked to school together for years. Amanda usually in possession of the latest Barbie doll outfits and extra sweets from the man at the corner shop with slightly dubious tendencies. Despite her blue eyes, strawberry blonde ringlets, and general air of pinkness, she was pure evil, and played Fran and me off against each other with the talent of a Borgia poisoner. Our biggest wish as children was to grow up famous and be on celebrity squares. 20 years on, we were all still following this wish. Fran in the time-honoured method of going to drama school, then hanging about for years and years and years, usually round my flat. I'd decided to do it by marrying someone very handsome and famous. I kept a close eye on Hello magazine to check out when celebrities got divorced. Amanda, however, trumped all of us totally while still at school by getting her dad to invent a new way of opening milk cartons or something, and suddenly becoming utterly stinking rich. We didn't really notice at first, just that all through the last year of secondary school she kept sighing and talking about how boring everything was. But then we were teenage girls. Only when we saw the new house, with the pool and the built-in bar, did we realise something was seriously up. Her dad had left her mum by this stage, and was too busy chasing Totty our age to really care what we did, so we had big parties, shopped, and got tipsy in the new jacuzzi with the gold taps. It was a fabulous year. Eventually, Fran went off to the Central School of Drama to pretend to be a lizard for 3 years. Amanda was heading for Durham University, and not having much imagination and rather less sense, I applied there too. I hardly recognised Amanda when we went up on the first day of Freshers' Week, mainly because her hair had changed colour and she talked differently. She gave me a lift up in the open-topped sports car her dad had given her for getting into university and cut through the town like she owned it. I knew when she dumped me in my 7-foot square midden in the nasty students' hall with damp running down the walls and shouted, "There you are, darling, see you around, ya?" that somehow things had changed. Things had. She never spoke to me again, except once every 6 months when she'd condescend to take me out for a drink to remind me how wonderful everything was for her. I don't think her glittering success meant as much to her if she didn't have someone to look down on, and that was my job. I fell for it every time. The next day she'd ignore me in the corridor. If things were fair, I reckoned, it would all go wrong for her one day. As things were, she got a good degree, and as a result of her blondness, qualified for a job in PR, and was now invited to lots of showbiz parties. I got a terrible degree, probably something to do with the bile marks on the paper, and ended up reading copy for a boring stationery company in Holborn. But I still saw her. Every so often she'd phone, Fran and I would go see her, she'd gloat, and we'd get her to pay for all the drinks. And that's how it had started last night, when the phone rang. "Melanie, darling." I finally worked out that darling is PR code for inferior acquaintance. "Hi, Mandy." She hated that. "Listen."